Here at MSU, I have a very exciting job because at the Office for Cultural and Academic Transitions, or OCAT as it's called, we really truly transform lives. We have an opportunity to work with undergrad students from every background and make a significant difference in their lives. And I know that to be true because we meet with students who graduate and we keep in contact with them through Facebook and emails and phone calls, and they tell us whether they graduated a year ago or 20 years ago, the difference that OCAT made in their lives, whether they were cultural aides or before Proposal 2 they were called ORISA aides. They were there to help students of color, and now all students transition to life at MSU and be successful and graduate. Well, my background is working with refugees, and I've had the opportunity to live in many different places around the globe. And I'm really excited to be back here at MSU for the last 5 years because this is kind of my home base, where wherever I've traveled, I've always come back to where I'm from. My first job out of college was working at an elementary public school in Hawaii, and I had a lot of refugees in my class from different places around the world, especially from Vietnam. And when we moved back here to Lansing, Michigan, after living in Hawaii for 5 years, I got a job at Refugee Services, a program of St. Vincent Catholic Charities here in Lansing. And it really transformed my career because I knew this is what I wanted to do, where I could make a difference in people's lives and help people help themselves and really give people a second chance on life when I'm working with refugees. I personally interviewed 416 of Lost Boys. These are young men. In 2000, I was interviewing them as a consultant for United Nations in northern Kenya. And they escaped war-torn southern Sudan, made their way to Ethiopia, and over about a dozen years they were escaping different attacks on their villages or the refugee camps that they were in. The U.S. government finally said, let's send some consultants over there and help them begin the process to become refugees. Now there's over 1,000 of them here in the United States, and many of them are very successful. Literally living in a refugee camp in Kakuma, Kenya, working with the Lost Boys of Sudan, where there were 80,000 refugees, it could be overwhelming. But the difference, knowing that I made a difference in young people's lives, the Lost Boys, was just an overwhelming experience because they had so much hope and faith in a future that they couldn't even see that exist. And today, they're living that dream. That's really where my heart is working with refugees, of serving the most vulnerable. But the work that I do at MSU here, while it may not be as life and death, it still has a huge impact on people's lives.